northeastern Watershed, 15 plus years ago, this corner was the center place to where we really began. Actors Theater resided right here. This towering building was not here, and there was a little parking lot, a little theater, and all of these buildings, none of them were here. And we just spilled into this little space and had so many new relationships and so many experiences, had thought about how we saw the world in such a different way than we do today. So, like, Matt, if I were to ask you 15 years ago in this space, how would you have made sense of who we were and what we were becoming?
Yeah, so we were here for 4 years, and the NASCAR Hall of Fame wasn't here either back in those days.
I'm so glad it's here.
I think when I look back, everything was about certainty.
Yeah.
We sort of showed up. We showed up with this lifetime of religious experiences that said, there's particular views of authority having something to do with the Bible and the church and doctrines, and so a lot of time and energy was spent on trying to get everybody else to orient themselves, their life, their way of seeing the world, their behaviors, aligned with a view of reality that we had been handed and never been told to question.
Yeah. It almost felt like we were here to, we had the solve.
Yeah.
People had a problem, and we were here to fix that problem.
Yeah.
And that's what, in this season, at least for me, I look back on it, people were coming in the doors, and we thought, okay, are they in or are they out?
Yeah.
Do they know God like we think they should know God? Because if they don't, we're going to make sure they know God the right way. We're going to fix it for them.
Yeah, it was very static.
Yes.
It was very black and white.
Yeah.
And honestly, in that season, it sort of worked. The world was way more black and white, especially here in Charlotte. And even the people showing up, the questions they were asking weren't nearly the types of questions that we're asking today.
Yeah. What kind of questions were people asking then?
What does it mean to be right with God? What does it mean to be a part of a church? Very few social or political conversations were involved during that season. It was more about right behavior and right belief. And so we did a lot of behavioral management type things, thinking that somehow we had cornered the market on what that even means.
Right. Yeah. So this season was meaningful for us in so many different ways, and the certainty piece was key to that. Were the relationships that you look back on and say, man, those were really significant relationships?
Well, I think it's the thing that saved us.
Yeah.
Our first official Sunday, we had about 120 people, and so many of the people that were with us that first year or two are still with us. And so for 15 years, there's been this ongoing connection with families and with individuals, some of which they showed up here dating and they're now parents, some of which have moved through, really beautiful seasons and really hard seasons. And so we've been able to be a part of that, and they've been a part of us for the last 15 years. So yeah, those first 4 years, a lot of certainty that we've had to break our addiction to, and then just beautiful people.
Yeah, it's good times.